What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is the final race in the season 18 of WOR World Online Racing, and we are in Brazil. There was a lot of Brazil races I posted because every league was racing here for their final race. So we're in WR, had a decent quali, started PA, already made up one position, so we're running P7, and we're right behind X Neymar Mig, who is my unofficial teammate. We were actually working together. We were in a party. Really good friend of mine, helped me out a lot, and we were together right there. And you see early on have to avoid some trouble, but easy overtake as he has no control of the car. So now we are running P6. Neymar gets up to P5, so really good start. Almost a full grid, 16 drivers, and this was a decent, strong race for me. But at the same time, it was actually a really lonely race, which was even more nerve-wracking because you have to keep more focus. I felt like, and I felt like a mistake was coming for some reason, but because I was following no one, I was just racing alone for so long, and Pitbull was already coming through, fastest driver that was in that tier for the season. So we fast forward to lap 3. You see there's a yellow flag back there, and we're kind of in a small little train. Actually, it was from the front. It was Pitbull. Pitbull spun. I had lost a position, but now I'm up to P5. Neymar is in P6. I'm sorry, P4. So yeah, we're both having a really good race. Unfortunately, he does have an incident that is unable to finish, but he still had a really strong pace. I was having a hard time keeping up because I had high wings, and Lit Manning here was clearly faster than me, or maybe he was just burning battery. So I just decided to just let him go, chase him, but that just kind of aggravated me right there because I'm letting him go and he still loses the car right there. So it was kind of tough. So we continue on pursuit, and we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna skip to lap 9. You see here I'm giving him a wiggle that I'm not going to fight him. This is Pitbull, and I'm like, at this point I need to use him to tow me. I believe it was on fresher tires, I believe he was, or I think he just ended up catching up. Like I said, he was very quick. He was the fastest guy in the tier. So yeah, I just needed to keep up with him. I was faster than him, I noticed, on the slow corners, but fast corners and straights, he was faster than me. He was struggling on certain corners, but yeah, I needed to make sure that I just stay within DRS for at least the next 2 zones, and he can tow me away from the Aston Martin that was right behind me, so I didn't have to spend any energy, and I can conserve as much energy as possible. As you see here, the DRS was working very, very good as I closed the distance really fast, and that guaranteed me DRS one more time. And he does overtake here on Neymar, but Neymar, I believe, let him go as well. I told him, hey, the Haas is coming, you should probably just let him through, and let's have him tow us for as long as possible. And then for some reason I was catching Neymar really fast, so I thought about going for an overtake, but decided to not do something silly that might cost us both a race. So you see there, the Red Bull spun out, so that was good for me. Neymar actually fights back to Pitbull, takes him down on the straight, and gets him on this turn. Very nicely done, very clean. And the Aston Martin obviously cut up because of this fighting that's going on here, but it was obviously, it's racing and it's fun, and that's what it is about. So yeah, all in all, was really good fighting up here at the front. It was very solid pace from everybody, especially at the front. The Aston, I didn't even notice when he cut up, but I guess he did. So yeah, continue chasing the Haas, staying behind the Alpine for now and trying to keep the Aston behind as possible, and making sure that the Alpine and P8 doesn't close that gap. It's 6 seconds, but that could be closed pretty quickly. You see Neymar there, he loses the position due to not having DRS, so that's pretty easy. The DRS is very strong, but this is when you see him, he just oversteers into that turn, unfortunately, and he just ends up DNFing. But yeah, race continues and I lose the position, so get one and then lose one. But it's still early on, only lap 12, so gotta think long term at this point. So yeah, so we are P5 and thinking long term, so we're gonna skip to lap 17. Like I said, very lonely race, and Neymar was actually now engineering me and told me to box. I felt really good, so I felt really good on the mediums, since I went so long. I didn't expect for them to last that long, so I ended up boxing lap 17, come out on hards for lap 18, and the pace was just strong. Yeah, I didn't think the mediums would last that long. I should have probably pitted maybe a lap earlier, but I felt really comfortable. Like, he asked me to pit like 2 laps earlier than that, but I was like, nah, I feel pretty strong. You see, completely alone, 5 seconds behind me, 9 seconds ahead, and this was the case. So I had to jump all the way to lap 17 from lap 12. So this was just keeping focus and keeping it together. So the undercut ended up working, so just passed somebody at the pits. Of course, I'm gonna have older tires long term, but the strategy here was, if I can undercut a few cars, they're gonna have to fight for that position later on, and I'm just not getting drowned out by people behind me. So now you see pit is the Williams, and he also gets undercut. So I knew the strategy 100% was working, and I knew my pace was pretty strong. So now we are P3. I knew I probably wasn't gonna keep it because my tires are gonna die out, but now we're P3 and we're on hards, fairly new hards still, and the closest person behind me is 2 seconds, but they're on brand new softs. So I knew what was coming, but I just needed to just keep it together and kind of trust the process, because like I said, the plan worked. Undercut, the reason for the undercut was successful, which was just to gain some track position, have the ones that pit really late overtake me, and I can just have them told me like he's gonna do right here. But he's on soft, so he's so fast. You see there, he's just peeling away, and my DRS is barely doing anything, and that's because I'm on old hards at this point, almost 10 laps old, and he has 2 lap old soft. So, but yeah, I was actually very, very happy this was going to plan, because you know that is not always the case, especially in a competitive league like World Online Racing. And then towards the end, lap 31, the McLaren was on fresh mediums, so he ended up taking us, which I was also expecting. So the Red Bull was also on fresh mediums as well. So you see here, lap 36, he ends up finally overtaking us, but I knew I was faster. He was sliding everywhere, and he also had a penalty, so I wasn't gonna rush anything, but I did want to do my best and actually beat him on track in case he got his penalties removed, because you never know how somebody got their penalties. Could have been numerous reasons that were not completely their fault. So I was like, I'll stay behind him and take the easy P5, but like I said, you never know how they got those penalties, so I wanted to make sure that I beat him on track. So I have 43% ERS. He's blinking, so that means he's below 10%, and he'll be slow on the straight. We have the very long straight coming up right here, so I needed to just dump all my ERS. It was all or nothing and hope for the best, and it actually ends up being really good, because I actually get to beat him on track. I see he got DRS, I got ERS, and I'm flying behind him. He has no straight line speed, and you see right there, P5 beat him on track. Very fun race. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, enjoy the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend, and let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and I'll see you in the next video.